Hello and welcome, everyone. This is our Friday Night Spiritual Insights with Michael Mirdad. We share this program every Friday at 5:30 Arizona time. Today, we're going to talk about memories. Memories. Clearly, there's obviously two main kinds: positive memories, happy, etc. Negative memories, sad, unfortunate incidents in your life, and so on. Generally, there's two types. But what's interesting to me is that human beings think they actually know which ones are which. But in the third category, there's not a positive, negative, but a just open. Because the open mind says, today, a positive memory became a negative memory. On another day, a negative became a positive. So it's like the realm of surreal instead of just linear positives and negatives, and you pin it in place permanently. The universe isn't permanent like that. So memories, oh my goodness. You know, positives. I've known so many clients over the years who, I have positive memories about a partnership, a lover, whatever. And then when they've done personal work, they realized, oh my God, I thought this was a wonderful lover I was with. And then I learned about being present and they were never there. Now I feel kind of yucky, and then it turns. The ego wants you unhappy with positives, such as them being lost and no longer positive, or becoming attached and obsessed on positives, because that attachment's still going to be ego. But the ego also loves negative memories because you're miserable. So the ego wants to take you in either direction, but under its interpretation and guidance. It doesn't want you ever to just be at peace. So to be at peace, there's two routes with memories. There's two routes. One would be you heal memories as they come up. You learn to just heal things. You know, the positives, you don't go, oh, this one person was a wonderful lover, so that's a positive. You say, you know what? I was there too. I created, if it was anything decent about it at all, I created that. Thank God. So apparently my growth as a being brought me a more positive thing. Now cut and retire that person. Don't stay attached, because if you stay where they're the credit, then you have an attachment to them. And with negatives, instead of, oh, bad, 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 you just go, wait, what can I learn from that? I stay in my center. I learn from this and I learn from this, and both become my betterment. I do not swing to negatives and drown, and I don't go to positives and give credit to others and become basically caught in transference. I'm going to just stay in my center and just, wow, yeah, that's me, growth. And, it's amazing to be able to do that. Memories. There's romantic memories. There's painful memories, wounds, childhood. But it behooves us all to stop for a moment and ask about those memories. Check in, like, what memories do you have? When you close your eyes, let me take a look, I'm going to look at, it's kind of like checking the Akashic records. You close your eyes and you say, 5 years old, just like you're scrolling open or entering the Akashic records. 5 years old. And then what comes, guys? Do you go, oh my God, that was so funny and light? Or is there avoidance? Or is there, it's empty, it's blank? Look back at this. Had a couple clients this week that the topic of memories came up. And wow, if you go back and you say, okay, that relationship. Now remember, today you close your eyes, you go back to that relationship. You might go, oh, that was funny and it was great. And then another day, wait, no, it wasn't. Because everything in life is mixed. Think about it. You could win a marathon, but the pain of running the marathon is there and the victory is there. So you have a marathon memory, and you go, was that positive or negative? I have both, because that's how this world is. It would be ideal for us to be able to say to ourselves, running it wasn't fun, per se. There were painful moments, but what I got from that, tenacity, follow through, etc. That's mine. So I now turned the negative into a positive. Then the positive, the winning, yes, that was fun. But you know what? I'm a great person, and I love that it's not the winning, it's the I'm a great person, and I'm glad that I created something that mirrors my value. Keep the dialogue about yourself. Sounds like I'm speaking about being a narcissist, keep it about yourself, but it isn't, because we're talking about learning and true value. A narcissist does not believe they need to learn anything. It's directed selfishly. Nothing I'm saying is selfish. Where the narcissist, it's selfishness. This is self-oriented as opposed to selfish. So yeah, so memories, if I look back and say 5 years old and I notice consistently negative or blocks or blackouts, that might tell me something. And there's two ways you can access memories: the spontaneous, they come up, and the soul searching, you investigate. Both are valuable. Both also have their pitfalls. If you're weak-willed and wounded, heavily wounded, God, stuff could just come popping up instead of fun, spontaneous, just hitting you and hitting you and hitting you and hitting you. And that wears you down, can create things like chronic fatigue, wears you down, could cause depression because it wears you down. This is happening to me. Where it's soul searching is, let me check this out. See, I'm conscious, I'm a decider. I'm a master in my journey, not a victim. The other would be more like a victim. So you take time, and you look at it and go, wow, I don't really like thinking about this era or that era. Children don't really develop an ease to have memory till at least 5, for different reasons. I was telling one of the clients this week, when you reach that certain age, you're going to school, so you have new memories. So they're more likable or keepable. Where on the other hand, when you're 3 and 4, a lot of things, it's still infant or it's still, childlike. So everything's kind of, mom feeds this, everything's the same every day. So it all blends together. But having that conflicted mind, is my life good? Was it positive? Was my marriage good? Was it bad? Was that job good? Was it bad? That's not an empowered state. Become clear. I could say, well, are you asking my overall view, or are you asking something else? You could say to yourself, or somebody doing the investigating with you. If somebody says, how was your marriage? Okay, well, if it was 10 years, 20 years long or whatever, how was it? Like in one sentence? Sometimes we know in one sentence. Unhealthy from the beginning, and we stayed because we were too scared to split up. I mean, you can summarize like that. But does it mean we never laughed once? Does it mean we never enjoyed the same movie? Does it mean we never anything? No, that's impossible to say most of the time. Especially the longer the relationship, the more memories. I don't know if you guys, I don't know if you all remember, there is an Elvis song, Memories, memories pressed between the pages of my mind. So you have that, it's very poetic though, memories pressed between the pages of my mind. And you guys might like the line, second line, it's repeated twice in the song, memories sweetened through the ages, just like wine. Quiet thought come floating down, or thoughts, and settle softly to the ground. It's funny to say that because leaves are blowing outside, fall's coming to many places on the planet. Like golden autumn leaves around my feet. I touched them and they burst apart with sweet memories. The second verse is something like, of holding hands in red bouquets, and twilight trimmed in purple haze, and laughing eyes in simple ways, and quiet nights and gentle ways, or gentle days with you. Oh, it's like memories, sweet memories. This song is, even the tone it's sung, the pace, it's contemplative, and sounding like it's trying to be positive, but clearly something isn't happening or didn't happen, whatever the case may be. So it feels like that, memories pressed between the pages, of my mind. There's memories, and I can flip pages, and what am I really feeling? What am I really thinking? When I close my eyes, I get spontaneous memories. When I close my eyes and search find on my computer of my mind, I can say 5, or whatever the case may be. Here's what's sad, in my opinion. If throughout my life I was treated hurtfully or shamefully or made to feel shame, when I flash back and say, okay, 5, if that's the era it was, it actually affects me today. It's only a memory, and it's subjective, because it depends when you ask me. It depends what's being brought up. It's so strange. But your ego wants to do the search find with you. The human ego is very, very obsessed on being the one who controls our lives and our thoughts and our memories. Hey, I hear you want to think back at 5, 10. I hear, you're having a little reminiscing going on. Let me help you with that. And it doesn't do well. It comes up with garbage. I'm not one to tell you to pretend things were good if they weren't, or a particular incident was good if it wasn't. I'm also not one to tell you to try to ruin every incident. Saw a movie once where a woman was kidnapped or something, and she sort of dealt with Stockholm syndrome, in the sense that's sort of developing some sort of sympathy for, or even feelings for, your captor. And finally, when she's rescued, sees her husband, she had been intimate with this person, and she just cried and said, "Sweetheart, I'm so sorry. When I was there, I started to think I enjoyed that." Now, did she? Nobody knows. I've always told students and clients of mine that dealt with sexual abuse, one of the most challenging things is, did I ever enjoy anything? And I'm not telling you did. I'm telling you it's a challenging question, because no, you didn't enjoy abuse. Come on. We know that. And you can affirm that. Absolutely. Right on. But being touched, was it ever a nice little tickle? Did you ever get attention? Did you ever feel like attention? Now, many of you would say no, and that's good. I'm proud. I'm happy for you. I'm saying that there was I felt like I was getting attention, or a tingling somehow. Well, are you evil for that? Comes the question then. It begs that question. And here's what I answer. And you guys shouldn't be typing stuff on here that rashly on the feed here, where you say, oh my God, he's saying this and now I feel good or I feel bad. Stop, just wait, let me finish. And if you've already typed something, don't worry about it. But I say to people, look, have you ever stood outside and a breeze comes in it? Your body responded, your nipples kind of respond, or you got chills up your back or whatever. Yeah, well, do you hate the wind? Do you hate the breeze for that? Dang breeze, you dare, made me feel a tingle. And it was a day that was a bad day. Somebody passed away and I was sad, and yet you made me feel, ooh, what was that? That's all. Just keep it objective. It's not my fault. It was just the body reacts, and it does that. It just does that. Smack your hand, you'll make a little red mark. It just does things. It's not like a fault or blame orientation. So, go easy. And when it comes to memories, I would say, try not to justify, but also try not to condemn. Try to look at things and what can I gain or learn from that? That's all. If I was with somebody that wasn't present, got it. Got it. That's really cool to see that. I think now, from now on, I think I'd like to be with somebody who's present. Oh, that's so magical, isn't it? It's very cool. But what if that person that's magical with me 4 times, one time they're not present? Are they bad? No, I learned about that. So now I can say, are you okay? Are you here? Very cool. Stay present. Let memories come to you at your request, and you are the one who decides what to do with them. Try not to let memories haunt you. Don't let them become a fantasy of positives that aren't real, nor haunt you like ghosts that aren't real. Do your best with that. I could say, if someone said, you were married, how was your marriage? What do you want to know? Well, how was your marriage? What is it you want to know? You see, because I'm not going to just be fooled, so to speak, into a blank statement, just a blind statement of some kind. What are you wanting to know? Well, did you guys get along? A lot of challenges, a lot of challenges. There were post-trauma things that this gal dealt with, and from childhood, and a lot of triggers, and yeah, it was very challenging. You're asking about that? No, communication. Communication challenge because of the things I just shared. What about the two of you in terms of spirituality? Oh, excellent. Really love that this gal to this day is very spiritual and da 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 da. See, it depends on what you're asking me. Can there ever be a memory for me, for you, anybody, that catches us off guard? Yes, absolutely. Which is especially what the ego wants to do. But the Spirit of God also doesn't mind you getting caught off guard. It's almost like it's an opportunity to do something healing with it. Oh my God, where'd that come from? Spirit saying, doesn't matter where it came from. What are you going to do with it? Ego saying, doesn't matter where it came from. Let's depress over it. So just be careful with these kinds of things. Memories, memories, memories. Memories, to me, all of us should say, memories to me are going to be made of value. I'm going to use this memory to heal. I'm going to use that memory to make happy. Wow, that was very cool. And sometimes if there's a memory of sadness, let me sit with that and be sad for a moment. But don't drown in it. Only use it to do what you just said, that you're willing to look at that memory to learn from it. You affirm that to yourself, and then you stick to that rule. Memories by definition are not about tomorrow, right? Memories. I have all kinds of amazing memories about right now, about tomorrow. None of that makes sense. Memories are not happening right now. They are, if negatives, ghosts, or if positives, fantasies of what was, what you wish it were, what it wasn't and let you down. But generally speaking, memories are not positive. They're not healthy because they're not about now, unless you pull them to the now to take you somewhere better. Then it's a positive, it's a healthy thing. Anytime memories pull you back, even if I'm doing soul searching and I'm going to go, okay, let me look back some time, you're doing breath work, rebirthing, any kind of soul work, and you go back. If I go back in time, I'm already off center. I'm not in the now. You bring memories to the now, even though that defeats them, because now they're not memories, they're present experiences. You're basically taking them up now to the now, and you're turning them into something of value. You take all the leaves of the past, you bring them into the now, you put them in the press, the oil press, you put them in the press, you see what you can extract from them, and then, oh, look at that. Those old rose petals Oh man, I've got some rose oil on me. This is amazing. That's what you've got to do with memories. Some people won't like what I'm saying because they're going to go, well, no, I want to have memories. Why are you getting upset? You get to have them in the now. No, don't you just sometimes want to go, oh, wasn't that wonderful? Why? How about making them still wonderful instead of they were? If they were in the past wonderful and they're not now, I'm already a little sad. No, I'm not. Some people would say, I'm just really happy about how it was. But there's a part of you that will recognize, oh God, I wish I had that still. I wish I had that wonderful experience. Be careful, because even your most positive adventures into memories will still make you realize, and that's not happening now. And what's really peculiar is there are things like there are, because memories are also convenient. There are movies I've seen, and I thought, oh, that was such a fun movie. And I'll be telling somebody about it today. Like, oh, did you ever see a movie? It was really, really cool. Then I go watch it and I'm like, oh my God, kill me now. It's like, I don't remember this being so boring or bad acting, so it's kind of funny that way. Memories of a relationship, you really can't count on them. So I'm just going to extract the oil out of it and wear what serves me today. That's my take. It doesn't work for everybody, because if I don't have a good present life, technically I need to have memories. It's all I live on. Like how many movies have been made on athletes or actors that were once famous. They lost all that, so they live on the memories. Tim Allen did a spoof Galaxy Quest on all the, the Star Trek-ish Battlestar Galactica type movies. And, they're around signing autographs. We now declare this mall open with the scissor, this bridge open. And that's all they can do is live the memory of what they were to people. But if you weren't even really present then and enjoying it, because you never knew when your show was going to get canceled, you never even took time to absorb it. So it's really, it's really peculiar when you think about it. This concept, it's like, it's all just whatever you're in the mood to feel, you'll access, you'll attract to yourself, even if it's only subconsciously that you were in the space to remember that. I mean, I could sit here and share examples and personal history for hours and hours just on this topic. I'm just trying to distill it down, like I like to do a lot of things, distill it down to the essentials, because there are so many analogies, oh my God, that could download to me right now. A movie that showed this, a song that says that, personal experiences. But again, back to what I said a little while ago, it's unfortunate because I can have a really positive recollection of something that somebody else beats it up and makes it go, into bad. Friends and students and so forth, when they've had really great marriages, great families, of origin, or marriages or great intimate experiences, I tell them, please don't erase that. Don't come into my healing workshops and try to turn something that was wonderful into something negative. Only let the negatives come up if that's what we're working on, so you can process them. But you do not have to, out of obligation to, oh, we're healing old stuff, try to make something a negative. It's like for me, my life with my own children, I think, was stellar, just fun, stellar. I won't go on to the details because I've shared that in different talks here and there, but stellar, just like a fantasy in terms of the fun, playfulness. I was there for them, and we were bonded really good. When they reached adolescence, and having had some abuses from somebody, things turned. They distanced a little, they hurt a little, they didn't tell me about this and didn't want to talk about it. So things kind of shifted. Now, if you say, hey, your relationship with your kids, when, which part? Stellar, beautiful. That's mainly what I remember. But then there's also an awareness, not something I embrace as I wear it like, oh, terrible ending with my kids. It was more like an unfortunate thing. It's not permitted to taint the good that I have extracted as an oil that I can wear and still enjoy and laugh about. Oh my God, the number of events and memories and stories with laughter, and with their mom too. Some great, great, great stuff. And, you know, the relationships go through their own dark night. Even if they start off well, they go through a dark night where all the yucky stuff has to get looked at and dealt with, where they usually end at that point. But if we're tenacious enough, even if we part ways, because you don't have to stay with somebody if things are bad, but if you part ways, if you're healthy enough, man, you can say, all right, that ended, but what can I learn from that dark period? For example, so when my kids went a little south in terms of behaviors or hurts, wounds affecting them, distancing from me or whatever, you know, from things that went on in their lives, whomever they blame me for a day and a half, they blame their mom for a day and a half, they blame somebody, you know, go through all these periods. What I chose to do is stay in my center, because people will go through their things. And I can tell a full story now. The joyful, blissful, the dark night, which is not bad. It's a dark night of the soul period where we had to look at deeper, darker issues. And then emerging, did I emerge from it with appreciation, sanity, and hopefully good relations with them? Yeah. I never gave up and would do anything else. If one got so far gone, any of your kids or mine or your parents or your partners or anything, you part ways, not with regret, because then that means you're not actually doing this in a healthy way. Do it with hurt, regret, hate, resentment, blame. You're not processing it properly. Just, you know, you can feel a little ouch. It's okay. Just don't get absorbed in it. This too shall pass. It's a great affirmation to use when going through any form of the dark night of the soul. This too shall pass, but it'll pass a lot better if I'm sane than if I get caught up in it all. Okay? And I know some of you have gone through unimaginable, you know, kinds of hurts. So you might have hurt memories and so on. All I can say to you is, die of the old and be born again. It's always easier to be born again when you have your spiritual support team, God, Christ, Holy Spirit, Divine Mother, angels, have a support system. And then also have a human support system. That'll help you birth a new life and give you new memories, beautiful memories. God, you know, there are we have what's called Edenshire Live. It's a program that ran through most of the year 2020, and in that program, one of the days that I just did spontaneous talks, and other people hosting too shared, but one of the days I spoke, I said, you know, it's interesting. I'm driving down the street, the song "Reminiscing" comes up by the Little River Band from Australia. Wow, that's a cool song. And then somebody I'm talking to, hey, how's it going? Oh, I'm good. I'm just reminiscing. I went, well, interesting. Then I went and got on the program. Hi, everybody. How's it going? And somebody brings up reminiscing. That's when I sit and go, oh, the universe is calling in some way. Michael, yes, time for reminiscing. You know, it's like that. Now, the ego can call to you too. What are you going to do with the reminiscing? Reminiscing by name doesn't really have a negative connotation, generally speaking. But yeah, reminiscing. Wow. Like ruminating, reminiscing. Yeah. And then, wow, that was fun. Oh my God. Yeah, I remember that, and pretty cool, and when you heal, guys, as I'm going to come to a close, when you're healing, it's the weirdest thing because the files and programs that the ego used to try to drag you past to taint or destroy your memories, the most negatives are gone. It's weird. Like you might be able to drag them up. I mean, you might be able to go, okay, wait, there's got to be, and then you can pull one. They're not as in the foreground. They're not the only things you find anymore. It starts, and really a good way to conclude this talk and bring it to that, that critical mass point where, guys, guess what? Boom, the pinnacle, which is, I get it. I get it. So memories, it's not just to talk good, bad, or you can access them spontaneously or, through soul searching. There's also a pivotal moment where I start to notice, how come the negative memories aren't as plentiful as they were? Oh, I must be aging. And somebody might tell you that, oh, you're probably just getting, no, I'm healing. Healing is actually a spiritual thing. It's also a psychological, it's a soul level thing, but it's a psychological thing, but it's also a biological thing, a neurological thing. The neurons that remembered negative incident number 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 100, suddenly it only has 1 left, 5 and 8 left, 24, 28, 16, 59, whatever. It's just got this little basket of a few pieces left. And it's like what used to be 100 pieces are now 20. And they're sort of strewn about. They're bits and pieces of memories. And then some of those are going to go, some of those are going to go. And yeah, if I really try hard, anywhere in that basket, is there the letter A? Is there the letter, or the number 1? Is there a 16 in there? You can go back to it. So if it's like an alphabet letters, Scrabble kind of thing. What am I looking for here? And you might find a Z, and you might be able to try to make a word out of Z and whatever else. But quite beautifully, do not react to not having them. Do not think something's wrong with you, and do not go overboard to try to dredge it up. The hard part is that some of us, we black them out, and that's not the same as they're gone, healed. We black them out because shames, guilts, so we have to learn to discern between those. One thing I've done with people is, if you say to me, I had a car accident, but did some healing, it's completely gone, but it was very traumatic. Some people died. I was really broken up, my body and all, but I feel really great. It's all gone. Now, if you're coming to me and I sense that you're asking, maybe for some checking or healing on this, or we're doing body work, I might test it one way. Let me do some body work and see if there's memory, cellular memory of the accident. Let's pretend there's nothing we find. Please, this is just an example. I'm not saying that literally I would do this. Maybe the session's over, everything's fine, and the person's kind of chilling and recalibrating on the table. Maybe slap the hands to see if they jump and get startled. Just testing, and maybe you honk the horn in the car, or maybe, I'm saying that my style would be to approach it from several angles, because humans, if they are blacking things out, they have a system, a gauntlet that you will not get through. But it's usually, once they knew it worked, they didn't continue to develop other angles of blocking. Once they knew one thing worked, they just keep playing that same system of defense. like people do in sports and military, whatever. If one thing works enough, they get used to doing it, becomes predictable. So as a healer, we sometimes might do something unpredictable. I call some of those healing arts flying under the radar. Some of them are designed, like hypnotherapy, EMDR, to fly under the radar because they know you've got defenses set up. So it's another way of checking things because the mind gets so twisted. First and foremost, let God guide you as to, hey, you know what, God? I'm not even going to worry about what numbers or pieces or alphabets, are in the basket. You guide my healing process. And then out of the blue, you have a dream of one letter or one number. You have a dream, you take advantage of that moment and say, so-and-so was brought up in this dream. I surrender them to God, done, whatever your process would be, and consider it done. God will support you in pieces coming up if you surrender your healing process to spirit as your healer, your guide. Doesn't mean you don't have humans to help, human guides, human healers, counselors, but I'm saying my overall process is to be done under God's guidance. It's a beautiful way to look at it, okay? I remember a Star Trek episode where the Next Generation, I guess I only saw a few of those, but where the captain was captured by some bad guys who were torturing him. And they were trying to convince him that he was seeing something that wasn't there, just because they thought it was fun to torture him like this. And he said, no. And they kept torturing. Finally, he gets rescued and so on. Now he's back at the ship. It's the end of the show. And he confides to somebody. He said, I have to tell you something. At the end, even though I still told them no, I actually did start to see it. And the guy gave him reassurance, which he, is right to do. But that's how the ego works. You want to see and distill things down to an oil of positive. The ego is going to still try to get you to convert everything to bad, to negative, to scary, to unpredictable, to it's going to come back again, or you can't trust anybody. Stay tense when you're being intimate because ... Just say no. No, I'm going to thaw out. If you're being intimate and stuff comes up and you get triggered, just say to partner, can we hold for a few minutes? That would be great. But when you do, don't just sit there. Hold and decompress. You command your muscles. We're safe. Let go and let God. That kind of statement. And just feel the joints and everything relaxing, and try that. Try that with foods. Everything was so traumatic at the dinner table all the time. Stop, bite, chew thoroughly. Sit back and see how you feel. See if you can enjoy that. Can you kind of go, wow, I'm tasting that and it tastes great. Be in the moment. Slow down. Be in the moment. That in itself helps us biologically and neurologically transition some of these things, turning them to positives. All right. I pray you are well, and I pray that this and all I do and teach and heal is some way helpful to you guys. If not, please find something or someone that is. Please feed your soul and heal your soul. Heal it, feed it, give it a new life. Everybody deserves. The time of the year, it's so auspicious. This particular talk happening in the fall, let things fall. Soul search, do a little bit of memory search. When you close your eyes, what do you see? Is it just automatically dark and negatives? What can I do to distill all that down and recycle it to something useful? Even if it's garbage, let's recycle it and let it become soil for the new tree I want to plant. Consider it anyway, okay? God bless. Peace be with you all. Thank you for your time. Join us anytime for different talks. 5:30 on Fridays, Arizona time. Sundays at 10 o'clock, we do our inspirational sacred services, Sunday services. And anytime you guys could or would, you donate. I do most everything I do free, but donate when you can. It's much appreciated, okay? Greatly appreciated, because it's, how we feed the system that we use to keep everything running. All right. But God bless you all. Peace be with you. Bye-bye.